welcome to Movies, Films, and Flicks. I am Mark Hoffmeyer, and joining me is a man who has been known to drive 70 miles on his snowmobile to get a decent mountain burger. It's Adam Hodgins.
I have been known to drive my snowmobile to get a good mountain burger.
70 miles?
Yeah, 70 miles. I can't tell you what a mountain burger is, but I can tell you I would drive 70 miles for one.
You know, that's the hardest intro I've ever had to do in 168 episodes, because I just wanted to laugh the entire way through it. Go for it.
I was just going to say, because even in this movie, they keep it's not that they make a burger called a mountain burger. It's they sure make a great mountain burger, which tells you that, you know, a mountain burger is a common thing, and they just do the best one of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So this is kind of a highfalutin ski club. You tell me by the manager how much he cares. You know, he did go to Cornell, and he did get a degree in he got a degree in Cornell restaurant management. Restaurant management MFA from Cornell. But a mountain burger, after looking at that kitchen, I just feel like it's a really well done burger with a lot of mustard on it.
So I put down in my notes that I think a mountain burger is a burger not made from beef but made from mountain goat.
Oh, it's mountain goat burger?
Mountain goat burger is what I feel it is.
Because to call it, like, you can't be bringing in cattle from Florida for a mountain burger.
No.
Or goats, for that matter.
Right. And in I assume that it's winter 11 months of the year at this location. And they just can't handle cattle. Like, you can't keep cattle in that kind of weather, so they have to use mountain goats as their main source of protein.
Wow. What about bison?
Bison, I think are just like, they're too big.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And bison and water buffalo, I think, are mainly bred for mozzarella cheese.
You're right.
We got deep cut there on cattle.
Yeah, we did. You get some Cheyenne, some Herefords, you know?
Yeah.
My family,
100%.
My family actually they have a farm out in Iowa. They have a ton of cattle. You and I should just start a cattle podcast about the best cattle of cinema, and we'd have to start with Top Secret.
Right. So my parents have a farm in Belleville.
Oh, really? So
yeah,
man, we're like twins, me and you.
You're like the American version of myself,
and you're like the Canadian version of me.
Exactly. So you're a little tougher, and I'm a little more polite.
Yeah, I'm a little bit more rock and roll. You're a little bit more smooth jazz.
Yeah, because Canada's known for its smooth jazz.
Well, Bryan Adams, right? Is Bryan Adams Canadian?
Do you consider Bryan Adams smooth jazz?
No, I guess he's more. Well, all right. So if you think about it, right, you have Alanis Morissette. She was pretty edgy.
She was.
All right. So
but
how about this?
She started like 80s pop though.
How about this? I'm the Avril Lavigne, and you are the Alanis Morissette, because she started off in pop.
Right.
I'm like the snarling guy, you know.
Right, but Avril Lavigne's Canadian too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right,
I get it.
You know, I'm the Courtney Love, and you're the Alanis Morissette.
So I would say to go back to Bryan, I'd say you're Bruce Springsteen and I'm Bryan Adams.
There we go.
Now we're talking.
Oh man, I like that.
Right? Have you seen his Broadway thing on Netflix he did?
No, is it good?
Oh, it's entrancing, because he plays like maybe in the hour and a half thing, he plays maybe 20 minutes of music. And the rest, he just gives these like long monologues about songs and stuff.
USA Chants?
Yeah, it's fantastic.
I thought you were talking about Bryan Adams at first.
No, not Bryan Adams. No, it's I don't think I could watch Bryan Adams do that for an hour and a half, but Springsteen is almost entrancing.
I need to watch this.
It's fantastic.
But I've been watching this movie, and I watched the movie and I listened to the Riff Tracks version. But I just want to say, Avril Lavigne, her song Skater Boy, right?
Mm.
I want Alexander Payne, the director of Election, Nebraska, you know those kind of movies?
Yeah.
Sideways. I want him to direct a movie version of that.
Of Skater Boy.
Because if you think about it, right? That song, it's about this girl who likes his boy. He's a skater boy. But as for her friends, she kind of likes him, right? But her friends are like, nah. And she like ditches him. Then he becomes a huge rock star. she gets, supposedly in this story, she gets pregnant and someone leaves her, so she has a child. No judgment. I'm just saying she has a child. Then the guy comes into town, right? And all of her friends who told her to dump him are going to his show, and they're going to be in the front row. And the girl who's singing this song knows about this girl somehow. So she's going to be there harassing this girl that dumped him, but now she's with him. So I just see a very Midwest version of like an Alexander Payne movie, kind of like paced like Election or paced like Sideways. But you just have this kind of sad character who just has bad luck. And that's a lot of these movies.
Right. And I think the only reason that's not happening right now is the opening line of the song is, he was a boy, she was a girl. Can I make it any more obvious? And I think in 2018 we're not allowed to say that. 2019.
Oh, yeah.
I think that.
See, I think it's so simple that people might like it. Like, this song, like, there's songs like by Good Charlotte who say lifestyles of the rich and like girls don't like boys, girls like cars and money. That's not high art, but they're getting to the point.
100%.
We're not listening to metaphors here.
No, we're just, here it is, black and white on the page.
He's a boy, she's a girl. He is a person, she is a person. Wait, it would get complicated.
It would.
Hey, that's another song by Avril Lavigne.
Oh.
So,
and can all this be? Can it be like a 4 rooms situation?
Just Avril Lavigne songs?
4 stories based on Avril Lavigne songs, and they're from a small town called Avril, Indiana.
Yes, and they're all they're all in a hotel, right? And so you have it's complicated. These two, and the guy acts differently when he's with his friends. Then you have the skater boy, and then you have
in the lobby of the hotel,
and then you have I'm With You, or about a song about a woman who's I'm with you, and then you have that one about I don't like your girl. I'm gonna take your girl. Hey.
What's the name I don't need your boyfriend.
No
I think
way.
Isn't it boyfriend?
Way. Yeah, boyfriend. All right. So then you have these 4 songs. You have Alexander Payne doing one of them. You have Alfonso Cuarón, and then you'll have Ang Lee, right? And then just to kind of mix it up, right? Just a little mix. We'll throw in Catherine Bigelow.
Okay.
And one of them.
I was gonna say Patty Jenkins, but Catherine Bigelow works too.
I mean, I just she hasn't been working lately, so I want to see it.
Want to throw her a bone?
Yeah. And so these 4 vignettes, right? It'll be like the Ballad of Buster Scruggs. But
can we talk about how good that show is?
Best movie of 2018.
Like,
easily.
Did not expect it. Did not expect that.
I watched that movie and I just said that is 100% on my wavelength. It is like an Avril Lavigne song, but a movie.
I'm sorry. That you are this deep cut Avril fan.
Yeah, well, so I was driving in my truck. I mean, I guess I was in my truck. That implies I'm driving. It's complicated. And I just kind of thought to myself, like, I miss the snarky and slightly anarchic musings of Avril Lavigne.
Right?
Yeah. And I just had that thought, and then it fleeted. Then I thought about traffic because I live in Atlanta.
So the big conversation in my world was because like I work at a church, and one of my main responsibilities is overseeing the church music that we play and sing. And so the big conversation like last month was like amongst people in my work peers was would we play the new Avril Lavigne song in church?
Oh, there's a new one?
Well, because there's that one about keeping her head above the water.
I haven't heard that one.
Yeah, so it's all about her battle with fibromyalgia.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and it resembles a song you'd sing in church.
Got it.
And so that was the big thing, is like all the trendy churches were like, oh, we should sing the Avril song. And they're like, well, did it exactly fit the criteria? And so it's one of those things where it's like, I'm going to vaguely talk about God, but I'm not going to be offensive to people that love or do not love it. Right.
Got it.
So Avril was on my radar for last month there in conversations to do with my job.
So here we are, man. Avril,
and now we're talking about Icebreaker.
And I'm being earnest about this too. I'm not being a hater. Like, you know me, man.
No.
I'm not a guy that hates. I appreciate.
No, you are not.
I find the positives in things.
And I think that's what attracted me to you as a friend in the beginning. Because again, we met at like the Wizard World Comic Con.
Yeah, Toronto.
Tirana.
Is that like Lowell, not Louisville?
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly. Tirana. There's a song, that That's like, we said to look you up if I was in Toronto. It's like how we say it. I'll send you the link.
Yeah, please.
But in a world where sometimes people look at all the negative things happening at a Comic-Con because there's a lot to do, you're always a guy who's like, hey, we're essentially getting together to hang out about make-believe. Why would that be like frustrating?
Yeah, exactly. I got to meet cool people. I got to travel. However, that weekend I had to break into Canada Grows or whatever that Canada Sprouts. Yep. Canada has leaves. That was in the convention center next door to get an actress coffee because we didn't have any coffee in the green room. So I'm leading this entire Comic-Con, and I had to disappear for 30 minutes to break into another convention hall to buy coffee. And then
unbeknownst to me, and my sister was at that show because she does landscaping.
We should have worked something out.
Didn't even know.
And then I brought the coffee back, and they're like, "Oh, you didn't bring creamer?" Because there wasn't any.
Right.
I don't.
So,
but I stayed positive. But I still stayed positive.
Right. At that same moment, Kamala, the wrestler, asked me to get, because I was part of your crew, asked me to get him some coffee. And so I went to go get him coffee, and then our side of the convention was out, and he did not stay positive.
What's going on in Toronto and coffee? What's the deal with Toronto and all the coffee?
We figure we have a Tim's on every corner. There should be it's just flowing.
And that's a good Jerry Seinfeld bit. What's the deal with the coffee in Canada?
They've got lots of Tim's, but nothing to drink.
Where's the second cup? I can't find one.
Right. We can go on. So I do need to apologize to you for making you watch this Icebreaker movie.
I love it.
Well, the last subject matter that I chose for our little podcast here was Steel Dawn. And so I do want to let you know, like, I do watch successful movies.
Yeah.
Not everything I watch is this like underground, be on a good day cinema. But you had mentioned you wanted to do a whole thing about snowmobiles. And I was like, well, the most snowmobile based movie I know is Icebreaker with Sean Astin and Bruce Campbell. Well, so that got us here.
That's what sold it on me, though. When you said Bruce Campbell was a Hans Gruber-esque bad guy, I was like, right? I'm renting it. But
100%.
I had a very hard time finding it. And I ended up getting the Riff Tracks version of it.
Okay. That's hilarious. I have it on DVD.
What? How did you find? First and foremost, how did you find out about this movie?
Okay, so here's. Okay.
And do you like mango?
I like mango. Working with in the church, my job is the youth program and the music program. And so what I used to do is we'd have once a month we'd have like a guys movie night, and all like the teenagers would come over and we'd just do pizza and movies and stuff. So what I started doing is we go to this little place called Steve's TV down the road from my house, and they had like a bargain bin, but it was an independent guy, so it was all kinds of stuff in there. And so we would blindfold the kid, spin him in a circle, and then he'd put his hand in and grab a movie. And that was the movie for the night, regardless of what it was.
Fate.
Icebreaker was one of those movies.
I mean, so what was your first, like, what did you think about it when you were watching this? And what year was this?
Okay, so it happened 2004.
Okay.
When I saw it.
And this came out in 2000.
2000, but I'm pretty sure it was filmed in 96.
It had to have been.
Because the newest car in the show was a 1996 Mercury Sable, and I know for a fact those snowmobiles are 1995 Polaris Indy Sport 440s.
Whoa, that's a good call right there.
Yeah, so the newest thing in there is from 96, and it did not look like it was made in 2000. So it's definitely sat in a shelf for 3 or 4 years.
Oh, I mean, yeah, because they probably got the principal actors on set, right? And then they probably had to do a ton of reshoots. So they probably were like, we got Bruce and Sean here. Let's just shoot all our scenes with them, and then we'll do everything else.
Right.
And since this is out of Edgewood Studios, who actually they do have kind of a